About the new Oriental Education and Technology Group. It's a provider of private educational services in mainland China.
So wow, where did we get that one from? Well, it's interesting because we don't have anything out of the US to talk about, really. I mean, there are a few private education colleges, but none of them that have done particularly well. This is emerging markets. We're not talking about those Brazilian ones like last time. It's a Chinese company which helps people prepare to go to universities in the US and elsewhere by giving them English language extra top-ups. Market cap?
So market cap here, we're looking at $12.6 billion.
Listed in New York.
In New York. PE ratio of 45.9, dividend yield here of 0.5%. Let's look at the share price graph. Wow.
Nice.
What an opportunity had you bought in there in 2017. Has it run too hard, and is there still upside?
Well, clearly the market's very excited about the growth prospects, and I think that's partly the recent run-up is in their recent Q2 results, really phenomenal results. You're seeing enrollments up over 30%, organic currency revenue growth up also over 30%, and improving margins because we indicated they've got this fixed cost base and good operational leverage. I think what they've done really well is they've introduced new areas of education. Traditionally, they've been in test preparation and English preparation for Chinese students wanting to study overseas, but now have moved into the tutoring space, which is particularly large, obviously, with Chinese students after school wanting to continue and better themselves. So it's a massive addressable market.
Paul?
Well, I don't know what more to say.
How did this one hit your radar screen, by the way?
Well, we were just scouting around for opportunities in the emerging markets, because if you think about it, in America you've got fabulous second schools. We know that in the UK you've got comprehensive schools, and you've got a nice sort of layer of church schools at the top with their Ivy League type approach. You've got well-resourced universities. Where's the opportunity? There isn't really an opportunity, but emerging markets is where you got to go.
Especially where you've got a dense population.
Indeed.
That would be your...
So Brazil, China, India, these were the ones we started looking at, and this is the largest of the companies. Also interesting that it is listed in New York. That means you get that opportunity. Founded quite a long time ago by English professors based at Peking University, so they've got a preeminent position. The only cloud on the horizon, I must point out, is that there have been some issues in the past where there have been accusations that some of the test scores that they gave to certain students were a little bit too good to be true, which is a worry.
But do we need to take, so is it a worry?
Well, I don't know. It appeared to be more of a worry last time we talked about the stock 6 months ago, because the share price hadn't gone up by 30%.
Perhaps it's worked its way through the system, so to speak.
Yeah, because the credibility is important. What you can't have is Princeton University saying, well, we love the look of this student you've got for us who's resident in Shanghai and gotten a near perfect scores for their SATs, but, you know, is your institution actually delivering valid scores? But I think they have resolved those issues. They got some externalized testing in.
Well, you found another one for us, and that is 2U.
Hang on, wait a bit.
Oh,
hot
what?
or not?
Hot or not?
It's Monday. Sorry, my brain is not working. Hot or
We're
not?
kind of just assuming it looks really hot, and I think it remains hot because, yeah, the growth prospects are great.
So we'll take a hot, and Paul?
I think so, because this trend of the cream of the Chinese youth wanting to get international educational opportunities is certainly not going away. They work incredibly hard. Many of these institutions in America have lots of Chinese students. They do incredibly well. I think it's going to continue. Yeah.